everything is waiting beyond the open door, beyond the open door. Yeah, and it's strange we left on a young day, long way to come back from the edge. Well, a thing like this pulls you to your senses. Oh, we face mortality, looking straight in the eye.
Carl Dixon admits to being on the wrong side of the road and is now trying to get his life back in order.
3 smashed limbs, brain damage, the loss of his left eye and a lacerated liver, Dixon was helpless.
This storm, like all the others, must pass.
I was in Australia, and I'd successfully driven the Australian roads quite a bit before that, because I was on my 3rd visit. The reason I was in Australia, I realize many of you don't know, my daughter was starring in a TV series down there called The Saddle Club. So I was on my way back from a day in the studio in Melbourne, working on music for my daughter's TV show, actually, and got lost. Got lost in the Melbourne traffic, the rush hour. So to me it was, precious time is ticking away, you idiot, come on, what's wrong with you? And that, that lovely negative self-talk that so many of us lay on ourselves. It doesn't help. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't help. And a fella came along around this S-curve, and we met right at the apex of the curve. We couldn't see, the trees were so thick lining the road that we couldn't see each other's headlights approaching until we were right on top of each other. So the police told me, when they came to interview me after I was recovered enough to speak to, that they calculated I had about 1 second to react and the other guy had about 2 seconds. So he tried to pull off the road to avoid me. I was in a little Toyota Corolla and he was in a big Land Cruiser. He went right up the hood of my car, over the roof, crushed it all down on top of me. I had about 50 different injuries in that 1 or 2 seconds of impact. That very amazing time of being ripped to shreds and put back together and waking up with no idea what had happened led me to slowly reassess everything in my life. I've seen that nobody does anything alone. Nobody succeeds alone. We all work together, and all we are in this world is what we are to each other.
All we are in this world is what we are to each other, and love is the reason we help one another. The point of this life is to get along, to make this world better before your time's gone. Think of all you still have and not get lost.
I lost this eye. In fact, the Australian captain of the volunteer fire department who came to help out and save me told me, we went to see him later, "Oh mate, your face was half off. Your eyeball was hanging out in your cheek. It was awful." So, the Australians, they don't mince words. They just tell it like it is. So there was that. This arm was mangled and dislocated, so flesh missing, bones hanging out. Both my legs were badly broken. One of them was mangled in the same way, the knee shattered. Internal injuries, I had a spinal fracture, C7 fracture in the spine. So all that, and gashes everywhere, scars are all over me to this day, but somehow, and I don't really know how, I lived through that.